Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Ricky2ra podcast. This is episode 9. We're one away from the Big Ten, the ninth week in again, and yeah, this is I'm having fun. That's what I want to say. The number one thing I want to say. This is, like I've said in the past, this is something that I've always wanted to do, and I feel like I'm on a consistent run now, on a weekly basis. So I'm just having fun with it. And in this episode, I'm going to be talking about the creative side of magic, meaning how I come up with ideas and like put two and two together to make a video, you can say, or just be creative in general, because I feel like I want to be in my past videos I want to be like kind of unique and original, so I don't tend to like copy other people. I try and just be like myself and just get things that I like and try and put them together in my own way. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. So again, thank you for everybody that listens on podcasts such as Spotify, Apple, Anchor, wherever you're listening to. I really appreciate you listening to me. People that have been watching on YouTube, shout outs to all of you. Thank you for liking, commenting, and all of that good business as well. So let's jump straight in to episode 9. So the first thing I want to say, just in general, just about being creative, it doesn't happen instantly. So you can't just sit down and just come up with an idea. It does take time. You can put thoughts, ideas down on paper, and then eventually you can create something, something unique that you like, that means something to you. But with being creative, you can't really force it. It comes naturally. So, as an example, for myself, I love listening to music. So I'm always on Spotify, and I just play like a playlist because I'm into like hip hop, rap, and R&B. So I play like all them type of playlists on my Spotify, and if there's a particular song that I like, I kind of just jot it down on my notepad, which I've got here. If you're watching on YouTube, I kind of like just write ideas on there. But yeah, for something that I like, so something at the start of the year, I'm going to give you a real life example. I was listening to H, his song called Mice, and I was like really feeling that song, so I jotted it down onto my notepad. I had no idea if I was going to use that song in a video or not, but I just thought, you know what, I like it, I'll write it down. And I kept listening to it, and I thought, what can I do with like my magic, or just like with cards or anything to this song. So then I started exploring more into it, what I can do. And this wasn't a process of just one day. This actually took me, I listened to that song in January, so we're in June now. But I didn't fully make a video until about May, I'd like to say. Yeah, May. So January, February, March, April. That took me 4 months to make a video just about including that song. But the process was actually pretty cool to it. So I jotted it down. I thought, what can I do? I'm going to do something with cards, with the music. And I thought, what else can I include into the song which will make it even more unique than just the card and the music itself. And it didn't take me until about the end of April time. I got this really cool jacket and face mask, and I thought, you know what, it fits into this particular time with this whole virus thing, and I thought wearing a mask in my video would be pretty cool. But they sent me 3 masks in total, and I thought in the song there's a part where like the tune kind of changes, and I thought when the tune kind of changes, I'm going to make the mask change with the song, and that's when I knew I was there to record the video and put it out there. So in total that took about 3 months, the whole idea to come together, and then it took about a week later just to film it all. But that's kind of like being creative, let it come naturally, and don't force it, because I could have easily just done a card move video with the H song, and then it would have just been another video like I've done in the past where I've just included a card move with the song. But actually going into it and being even more creative and saying to myself, what can I do to make it more different? And then I didn't even like get the jacket for that particular song. It was just given to me randomly, and I put 2 and 2 together, like I said at the start, and it created this pretty cool and unique video. And if you haven't seen that video, it's about 28 second long video. It's on my Instagram, so check it out. You cannot miss it because I'm wearing a pretty cool, like, different coloured, multicoloured jacket, and I've got the face mask on as well. So check it out on my Instagram at Ricky2ra as well. And I have mentioned this, having like something next to you, or even on your phone, like on your notes section, just whatever pops in your head, just write it down, type it or write it down on a notepad, because you never know when you could use that in the future. So yeah, with the My song, I went back on my notepad and I thought, what song was I listening to back in January? And I got it, and I was like, you know what, I could fit this in with a card move and the jacket and mask. So yeah, that's really useful if you want to get like really creative in whatever you're doing, but for me, for magic, it really helps me quite a lot. Another example, I'm going to kick it back to, what year was it? About 2015, I want to say, 2014, 15, I don't know. Lethal Bizzle, I think, released Festa, the Festa Skank, I think, and I really like that song. And when he went 2-2 Chicken Nando's, that lyric, I was like, you know what, I'm going to do a video, I've got a Nando's card, I'm going to fit it in. And I did the whole video to his first verse on his song, and I think he even saw it and liked it as well. But it was the creativity of just writing stuff down and going back to it, because that didn't happen all in one day. It happened over a series of like few weeks to fit everything, to get everything together, what I needed to make that video to happen, all the like magic stuff, the camera set up, you know, I needed a particular like angle to shoot the video and things like that. Like everything adds up at the end of the day. So and then the whole like finishing touches to it make it even more better. So yeah, that's somewhere on my Instagram if you want to check that out as well. And I have discussed this in a previous podcast, like working in the shop episode. I can't remember what episode that was now, like 2 or 3 or something like that. That I've started doing magic in the shop a couple of years ago. So I've kind of found it more to challenge myself, what magic can I do with like items in the shop as well. So I did, I remember like my first video that I did in the shop was changing an M&M bag into minstrels. I think that was the first video I did in the shop, and I absolutely loved it because that was taken by inspiration from someone else, but I kind of added the shop and the sweets as my own twist to it, so it made it a whole lot unique. There's only certain things I can say about it because in like magicians don't really reveal stuff, but I want to say it in like a simple form to you, which you guys will understand as well, for the non-magicians, which are the majority of you out there. So I kind of like, it was somebody else's, but I kind of put my own twist on it, and I included a lot of other stuff, and just the whole theme of having the shop in there made it just even more unique. So that's why I kind of like creating original content that fits my type of style in the shop as well. And I've made like quite a few now. The recent one I made a shot put glass appear out of my hands. I think I did that in like the alcohol section in the shop. And one that really comes to mind was the straw through the pack of cards. That was, and it was like a slushy straw. And again, I fitted that whole thing into the theme of the shop. It was just an idea that I had because we put the slushy machine back into the shop that year again for summer. And I thought, you know what, I've got to do something with the slushy or some sort of item that is included with the slushy. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to use the slushy straw from the cup and try something with a pack of cards. And that's how that came together. All of them are on my Instagram. You'll find it if you're interested. I'm not going to plug them all. But like I said before, there's no best time to be creative. It comes naturally, so just don't force it. So if you have an idea, don't feel pressured like if you've wrote one thing down you have to follow it up like the next hour, day, week, month. You know what I mean? It can take years to actually get something together that can be pretty unique that nobody else has ever seen. I know I've got like 100 ideas yet that I need to execute on, but I haven't really put two and two together to make it complete yet. So I'm kind of like finding that other thing, and I'm not like forcing it. It just comes naturally. You never know, it might come after this podcast and I might have another video for you next week or next month, something like that. That's pretty unique. You never know. But like I said before, try and be original. That's what I try and be. Obviously you can take inspiration from others, but kind of like put your own twist and effect on it, like I did with the H video, with the Lethal Bizzle video, like any of the shop videos there. It becomes better over time. That's what I've learned. Like I said with the H video, I could have just done the cards with the music, but I was patient, and then the jacket and the mask came, and then I formed it all together. So I feel like it gets better the longer you leave it, kind of thing. And I know that can be kind of frustrating, especially for myself, where I just want to get everything done straight away, because I'm more or less in this mode, this system where I just want to do something and just put it out, do it and put it out. But I know with being creative, especially as a magician, you kind of have to be patient and just let it go for a few weeks or months sometimes for it to actually form. So that's why I've kind of like added the podcast. I've got the vlogs on my channel. Check the vlogs out now. I'm fully prepared to promote that now, by the way. So yeah, that's why I've got like a few things. I've got loads of ideas, but I'm taking it one step at a time. But I know on the ideas that I am doing, that I'm fully executing on as well. But yeah, just being creative, anything. I feel like, especially for magicians, this isn't something that I do, but I know that when magicians create magic tricks, they kind of take inspiration out of everyday things. Like, for example, Dynamo. I cannot relate to this, but I know like for Dynamo, when he created the trick, the phone in bottle one, that blew my mind when I seen that on his first season of Magician Impossible. But he's even said in an interview that, you know, he was doing a gig one night, and he was doing something with like a coin in a bottle, and he put somebody's like 50p coin in a glass bottle, and the guy said to him, "Can you do that with my phone?" And then that's when like the light bulb moment went off for him, and that's how that was created. But he would have never created that himself. He took inspiration from someone else, like the phone, and he went, how can I get the phone into the bottle? And that's what you guys have all seen now, and that's actually one of his signature effects that made him so famous on season 1, other than walking on water. So it's kind of just like everyday things. Like, you can't force it. Like I said, you can't force to be creative. So there's so many things that I wanna do. And there are things that people have said to me like, what about this and that, and you never know, like it could form into something else than you originally intended to. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today, the creative side of magic. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Something that I wanted to talk about that was slightly different to like other stories that I've told about previously, like meeting Dynamo and stuff. It's kind of like a bit of a turn into like another topic, but something that I was really looking forward to talk about, and I've put like my own ideas into this as well, so I'm not just talking generally, I'm telling you about some stages in my magic as well. I don't think there was anything else. Another video, I feel like there was another video that I wanted to talk about, but I can't really... oh yes, I've just remembered, quick one before I wrap up. I did a video with my dog Snoop, and I took inspiration from him to do a video where I made it's actually on my YouTube channel if you want to check it out. It's called Card to Wear, I think. That's what it's called. If you want to type in on YouTube Card to Wear, or just look on my YouTube channel. I did. It was outside the shop as well. I teared the corner off a card, and I made the card disappear, and it ended up on my dog's collar, who was in my garden, was nowhere near me, and then I got somebody to take it out and unfold it, and the card was in his collar and the corner matched up, and I took inspiration from Snoop for that, and I thought, how can I make something impossible end up somewhere where you'd least expect it to be, and that idea formed up, I think, over a couple of months' time. I created that whole theme up as well. So that's really what I wanted to touch on today. Shout outs to everybody that are listening and watching. I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you for the big episode 10. I have no idea what I'm going to talk about, but I'll form some ideas, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.